So welcome to the demo session on SAP ABAP on S/4HANA. And today in today's session, we are going to discuss in brief about the topics, what we are going to have us in our session, and the related details about the session, like what is the takeaway from the session, and what are the materials you're going to get, and how we'll proceed about the systems and the version of S/4HANA which we are going to use. Okay, so let's begin with that. Okay, so yeah, okay, so before going into the details, what we are going to discuss. Uh, okay, so Mohammed, anything related to the fee or your session timing, all the details will be shared with you shortly. Okay. So yeah, so we are going to discuss about today about the topic which we are going to have in our session. Okay. Yeah. So that will be taken care. Yeah. Okay. So basically, in short, so this is my profile. So basically, I have around 10 years of industrial experience with SAP, and along in that, I have like worked on the different areas, technical areas like S/4HANA side, ABAP side, your SAP Cloud Platform, SAP Analytics Cloud, data intelligence, and also I'm working for some of the projects where we have the intelligent enterprise of SAP's is getting implemented, where we are working on the ML side as well, machine learning and the data science, using the SAP Cloud Platform, and mostly on the SAP ABAP on using the SAP ABAP on S/4HANA side. We are working for the customers in the different areas. Okay, so out of that, I have. Okay, so you are reporting that my voice is breaking. Okay, so is the case with all everyone that your my voice is breaking for everyone, or it is only for few people? Can anyone just confirm on the chat quickly so that we can continue further? All good. Okay, Nilesh. So it's fine, working fine for you. So Sai, in that case, maybe you can try to re-log in because I can see it seems fine for others. Okay. Okay. So okay, fine. It's all great. Okay. So yeah. So basically, okay, Mohammed, you are also able to hear properly. Okay, fine, great. Okay. So basically, yeah. So out of my 10 years of experience, I'm from last 6 years. I'm on the. I started my like training career with different consultants. So as of now, I have trained more than 800 working professionals from the different background, SAP, non-SAP, and also I have delivered a training for the many corporate companies as well. Okay. So yeah. So this is just quickly about my profile, and let me further discuss about the agenda, what we'll have the agenda for our session. Okay, so we'll be starting with in the session one, we are going to discuss about so what SAP HANA is. So this is why this is something important about the overview. HANA's for HANA architecture, the uniqueness of HANA is. We'll go through the certification material as well, and we'll see as a BAP on HANA developer, you have to expand your technical knowledge in the HANA database. The reason being is in the S4 HANA project, you are going to work. You can't hear my voice, Samir. Okay. So one more issue, Samir is saying that he's not able to hear me. Because I can see here my connectivity seems to be fine. So we have other people on the call. Could you please quickly confirm that this issue is with I'm able to hear? Okay. So see, guys, generally what happens is sometimes if you're getting this issue, so maybe because I can see that it seems fine for others, so you can just try to re-log in, or maybe you can check your connection because it seems it is working for other people as well. Yeah, Naveen, I can see your chat. Okay, you are able to hear good. Okay, So maybe quickly, guys who are not able to hear properly, you just check your network or try to re-log in from other device. It may resolve your problem. Okay. So yeah, let me continue with what we are going to cover. So this is the agenda for the session one, where we have to discuss about the SAP HANA basics, where will see what SAP HANA is. Like I was saying, yes, in the S4 HANA project, you have to work on the HANA database side as well, on the ABAP side as well, and it is expected that uh, from the in this uh, project, you will have to also work on the Fiori development also. Fiori development in the sense, as a backend developer, as a web developer, we have something called Fiori elements available in ABAP now, using which we can develop the front-end application. So that is also we are going to see. Okay. So basically, so we'll see in detail what we are going to cover. Okay. So let me quickly navigate you to the certification about SAP HANA, ABAP on HANA. What are the topics? So like we have different topics here, like HA HANA from the certification material. HA 100, HA 150, 300, 400, and 450. Okay. So you can see in HA 100 and HA 150. Let me navigate you to the SAP website where I can show you all these things. Okay. So basically, this is the certification available for ABAP on HANA site. Okay. So from the training.sap.com, and certification code is E underscore HANA AW underscore 16. Okay. And if I come down a little bit here quickly, so these are the topics which is the question will be coming from this area. So here you can see we have something called SAP HANA Basics and Technical Concept. Okay. Seeing only Chrome, Sai. Okay. Are you not able to see the training.sap.com website? Sai. So are you able to see training.sap.com website? Could you please quickly confirm? Okay. Okay. So yeah, so here you can see these are some technical topic areas for ABAP on HANA side. So here we have something called SAP HANA Basics and Technical Concept, and this is something SAP HANA Native Development, like modeling and database procedures. So as a ABAP developer, like I said, it is in the S4 HANA side, you have to also work on the database side as well as on the ABAP side, and then as a front end now, we have something called Fiori elements available in ABAP, using which you can develop the front end application. So that is also we are going to learn in our session. Okay. So quickly, let me expand you on that part. So we have, if you'll expand it here, so we have HA400. Similarly, we can see all these certification code, material code here, HA400. This all I will be providing you. Okay, HA100 and 400 or BC404. Similarly, 300. Okay, and then if I'll go a little bit down here, so we have 400. So all those things are there, and that is what which is going to come as a part of your certification for ABAP on HANA. So let me quickly take you to the slide in detail what we are going to cover, and then we'll see about further details. Okay. So this basically overall this training is divided into three parts. The first part is going to become your SAP HANA. Let me just quickly scroll down. Yeah. Okay. So this training is divided basically into three parts. So what we have is first is your SAP HANA native development. Second will be your application layer development, and third part will be your building the Fiori application on the front end side. Okay, the presentation layer side, or you can say from the end user point of view, how the application will be getting developed in S4 HANA. So in the first part, we'll start with introduction to SAP HANA and HANA native development. So overall, the database side, we are going to spend around 10 hours of our training to understand the as a web developer what areas we have to work and how we can work on the HANA modeling and procedures. Okay, so in the first part, we'll start with SAP HANA introduction. This is again, it's with in line with your certification. So here it's an own product from SAP. So we are going to see what is the uniqueness of SAP HANA, what is in-memory computing, what is row versus column storage, what is insert-only concept, what is inter-operator parallelism, high compression, high aggregation, all those features of SAP HANA we are going to discuss here. After that, we are going to discuss about the architecture part, and in the architecture, we'll see where how the ABAP system is connected, communicating with the HANA database, and inside the HANA database, what are the servers and engines are running, which are processing the queries which are triggering from the your application layer. And we'll see about code to data paradigm, how the HANA is doing the in-memory computing capabilities. All those concepts we'll see here. So, and again, we are going to discuss about SAP HANA products with like uses of SAP HANA. So HANA can be connected as a primary database or as a secondary database as well. So where the it was initial when the HANA was introduced by SAP. So before finally doing the implementation of SAP HANA, if customer want to see whether HANA is actually going to improve their business or not, so in that case, they can test the performance as a HANA as a secondary database. So this is something which is just about the connecting the database with your application layer. So this we'll discuss in brief. Okay. So this first, all these topics which I'm highlighting right away is going to be your theoretical topic in session 1. Okay. So once we understand this part, then we will be moving towards the system requirement and setup. So from here, the actual hands-on starts. Okay. So this is from session 2. We are going to start here. So in this session, we are going to see what are the tools and software required for the development. Okay. So for example, we are not going to use SAP GUI, SAP logon pad for any of the development in the HANA side or the new area of ABAP. The reason being, the new area of SAP, like SAP HANA modeling, HANA procedures, you cannot create using the standard editor or standard GUI logon pad provided by SAP. So for that, we need a tool called SAP HANA Studio. Even the new area of ABAP, like CDS, AMDP, table functions, all those you cannot create using your logon pad even. Those are ABAP programming part. For that, we need a tool called SAP HANA Studio. So basically, as a developer, we should be aware of, we should have an idea about what this tool is, how to work. So we are going to see this tool, and in this tool, from the same tool, you can work on ABAP, you can work on UI, you can work on the database development. Okay, so we'll have about this tool. We'll see from where this tool is getting installed, the overview about this tool, how this tool looks like, what are the functionalities available, how you can add HANA system, how you can add your HANA database, how to add a BAP system, all those part. And once we add our systems, we are ready with the system, then we'll go with the setting up environment for our development side. Okay. So this will be detailed discussion. We'll see in the hands-on about the details about this tool. So once our system will be set up, tool will be ready. Once we have understanding of a tool, then we are going to start with the SAP HANA database development side. That is, start with some concepts are there like catalog, content, provisioning, and security. So using this feature, using this optional, we are going to do our hands-on. So first part, we start with something called a schema, authorization. What are the authorization we need, and how to do the table creation in SAP HANA side. What are the ways? What is the best practices to create a table, and how to load the data. So once our table and data will be ready, once we have understanding on that, then we are going to create. So the table creation here is different from ABAP, okay, in the database side. So that we'll see. So once our table and data is ready, then we'll go for HANA modeling, which is from your certification as well. Or as a web developer, you have to develop this kind of models in your project. And we'll see the use cases, when to develop, how to decide. Yeah, this is like we have to go for modeling, all those part we will be having the hands-on in our session. So there are three type of basically views are there in HANA modeling: attribute, analytical, and calculation. Out of these two views are deprecated in the web edition of your HANA. So the reason being is why this is not we are using in the project is it has very less feature compared to something called calculation view. However, these two views are available in your on-premise edition. So we'll quickly see what are the feature of this view, how to design it, and why this is not using in project, why we are only focusing on calculation view. So all those things in the detailed hands-on we are going to discuss about HANA modeling. So again, there are something inside the HANA modeling like decision table, concept of dimension measures. There's something called a star join. All those things we are going to understand in the session via hands-on. So except session 1, all the session is going to your hands-on session, all the sessions. And once, so the next part is something called procedures in SAP HANA. Okay. So in order to understand the procedure in HANA side, what procedure is, so basically, procedure is a set of block of code. It's a container or block of code where we can write our some specific logic like function module in a ABAP. Similarly, we have the block of code we can write inside the HANA database using the concept called procedure. So basically, in the procedure side, we need to learn the SQL script to develop the procedure. So we are going to learn the SQL script, and once we learn the SQL script, then we are going to develop the procedure. So in HANA side, we have procedure. Similarly, in ABAP side, we have something called AMDP. ABAP managed database procedure is introduced. That is also we have to design using the SQL script. So we'll learn detail about it. And then obviously the transport management in SAP HANA. In the first part, whatever the object we are going to develop, how you are going to handle in the transport in the database side. Okay. So this is something in the HANA side. As a ABAP on HANA developer, we should know at least bare minimum required here to understand of all these concepts. Okay, so this is your first part of a course, and then we will be moving the second part of course, that is your ABAP on HANA. So we are going to spend around 30 hours on the second part of our course. So guys, before going into the second part, you can let me know if you have, as of now, if you have any question in your mind or anything you want me to discuss in the first part, what we have discussed. Anyone? Anything? Okay, Mohammed, so you don't have any question as of now? Okay. Because I saw the hand was raised in the tool. Okay. So okay, so whenever you have any kind of question, you can ping me. You can unmute yourself also, and you can ask. Okay, so let me quickly take you to the second part of the course. So in the second part, where we have to work on, yeah, someone is there, unmuted. Okay, fine. Yeah, so let's quickly start with our ABAP side. What's new in ABAP? What we are going to do in the ABAP side? Okay, so it is going to be very interesting in the new area of ABAP because whatever we are going to cover as a web developer, we have never worked before because these are some new concept which SAP has introduced. Okay, so like I said, the new area of ABAP is also not going to work on is not going to support in the standard SAP GUI editor. So the new area of ABAP also we have to work on the HANA Studio or ABAP on Eclipse. So HANA Studio is nothing but it's a tool from Eclipse that will see in our installation of your software session. We'll understand about this tool in the session 1. Okay. So basically we'll see how to add ABAP system in the HANA Studio. What are the shortcuts option available? We'll make ourselves familiar with the HANA Studio tool, activation button, all those buttons, what are the different views of tool, everything we'll see. And then there's something called the schema concept also introduced in ABAP with respect to SAP HANA, what this schema is. And then with the introduction to SAP HANA, your ABAP code is also get optimized. So in this section, we are going to see what are the new syntaxes introduced in ABAP, like inline declaration concept and skipping of first variable. So I think most of you are using this inline declaration nowadays. For example, quickly I will tell. For example, while using the internal table, you need to declare the internal table, then using your select query. So now all this data declaration not required. No need to declare internal table. Using the new syntax within the select query itself, you can create your internal table without declaration. Okay. Field symbol assignment. No need to assign the field symbol separately. Update the internal table. No need to do the loop and all directly with the new inline declaration concept. You can write your condition, and in one line your internal table will be getting updated with the values what you want. Okay. So all those kind of something you introduced that we'll see. Okay, so now we will be once we understand about the new SQL enhancement in ABAP, then we'll go for the HANA object consumption into ABAP. So in the first part of the course, we are going to develop some HANA objects like procedures and modeling. So how to consume like calculation views into ABAP or HANA procedures into ABAP. So for that, we are going to use this proxy concept in ABAP to consume your HANA objects. Okay, and if you're going to work on the code migration part, so basically in SAP HANA, when you're going to migrate to SAP HANA, let me just quickly scroll it up. Yeah. So when you're going to write the code in ABAP system, which is running on HANA database, so the code should be as per your HANA Compliance. Means it should be as per the guideline of SAP HANA DB, so that your code will get performed. You will get the most of the performance from your code when you are executing on HANA DB. So for that, we have some tools available to test our code. That is a very commonly used tool is ATC, ABAP Test Cockpit, then SQL Monitor, SQLM. Then we have new variants are available in your code inspector, like performance underscore DB, then functional underscore DB. So these are the some two variants which will tell you which code is going to impact the performance if you're going to run this code on the HANA database. So whatever the suggestion you are going to get from these tools, we have to remove it. We have to implement those suggestions before moving your code from one system to another system. So we'll see with some reports, we'll see how to use this tool. Nowadays, many partner company, they have developed their own front-end tool, which will help us to do this kind of thing. But the standard tools are ATC, SQLM, and SWLT. So we'll see how to use this tool for program. Okay. Now, of our entire training, the main topic starts from here. So out of 30 hours of ABAP, we are going to spend 25 hours on this advanced feature of your S4HANA site. Okay. So in this part, we are going to discuss in detail about the topics from the new area of ABAP. That is, what is this code push-down approach or code to database paradigm. So basically, now with introduction to SAP HANA, the code should write in such a way that instead of executing in application layer, it should execute the calculations should be done at the database layer. The reason being, the way to write this code so that it will be executing in DB layer, because HANA is an in-memory computing database. So utilize this powerful feature of HANA, the way we are going to write the code will be different from the code what we have used to write earlier in our ABAP. Okay. So what are the new items introduced in ABAP which will support those features? How we can achieve this code push down approach or code to data paradigm? We'll discuss in detail about this part. So we have something called AMDP, ABAP Managed Database Procedure. So whatever in first part of training, the SQL script we are going to learn, that we are going to use in this ABAP Managed Database Procedure. So basically it's an object-oriented programming approach, class-based framework where we are going to write our class and methods into different way to achieve the something called code push down functionality in SAP HANA. So we'll see what is this AMDP, how to create it with few examples and how to use it and when to use it. Then the heart of ABAP on HANA, we are going to spend 20 hours especially on the CDS. It's the heart and of ABAP on HANA, bread and butter for all the ABAPers, even for the BW consultants. Okay. You might have heard that BW consultants are moving towards ABAP on HANA. The reason being of this CDS is a very, very powerful thing which is SAP has introduced for us. Okay. So, like I said, we have exclusively more than 20 hours of training on the CDS. It's a very big topic and many concepts are there. So for example, we'll start with CDS. What is CDS introduction? How to design CDS? What is CDS association? CDS with join? CDS with input parameters? CDS extension? CDS view on another view? So how to design it? All those parts we'll see. We are going to develop more than 50 examples on your CDS. Okay, so you can imagine how means it's how much big it is. Because for training, if we are going to do more than 20, 50 example on one topic, it means there's something inside this, and you will realize during the course what the CDS is. Okay, so basically in the CDS, it's again, I will show you later in the system how it looks like. Okay, so basically in the CDS, we can have all these inbuilt SQL functions are available, which will do some calculation for us directly in the DB layer. For example, we have different set of functions are there, conversion function, like currency conversion, unit conversion, data type conversion. So all functions like string, arithmetic, date and time, generic SQL, all these functions have many inbuilt functions. Like in string, we have something called concatenate, left, right, upper, lower, lpad, trim. All those functions are there under string. So for each and every category of these functions and subcategory, we are going to do the hands-on in details. And so that any kind of requirement will come to us in the project, we'll have an idea what are the functions possible in CDS and how to use it, and we are going to do the examples on all the functions which is available in the CDS. Okay, we are going to cover all functions. Okay, so after that, come to the next part, extensibility. So there are more than 5,000 views are delivered, not more than 5,000. Sorry, my mistake. It is around 12,000 views are delivered by SAP. So what I mean to say, there are many standard applications are running on standard CDS view. So in the project level, you are going to get requirement to enhance the standard app. So if the app is developed on your CDS view, so you need to change you have to enhance the SAP standard CDS. So and write your custom logic in the standard app delivered by SAP so that you can fulfill the business needs. So that concept of enhancing your standard CDS or the standard app which is running on the CDS view. So for that, we will be doing this part in the section called extensibility. So how to enhance the standard application or a standard CDS view delivered by SAP? What are the rules we need to follow while doing the enhancement of the standard, as well as what are the best practices? So that we are going to cover using one. We'll take standard view application of delivered by SAP, and in that we'll see how to do the enhancement. The same you have to follow for any kind of standard app extensibility in S/4HANA side. So that we are going to cover in this session. After that, very important concept in S/4HANA is virtual data model. So it's basically a kind of internal restructuring of your view. So let's say some CDS is coming to you to develop in the project. Then how you will start, how you will build it. Okay, the starting point, what are the principles, what are the rules you need to follow. So this concept, VDM, virtual data model concept, tells the same. So any requirement will come. So we have to design for one requirement at least 3 views, which start with basic, composite, and consumption, where consumption view is the view which will be consumed by your front-end application, whether it's a OData, whether it's a ABAP report, or whether it's a Fiori application. So we are going to concentrate here on the new area of ABAP, like Fiori applications, OData, we are going to cover. And ABAP report, I will also show how you can consume into the ABAP report. So we have very powerful thing available in CDS that is called annotation. So we are going to cover more than 100 of annotations in our session. Different categories of annotations are something, as of now, I know this is something which you will be not able to understand what I'm talking about, because we don't have earlier practice on this area, because everything is new in ABAP now. Here, what we are going to discuss, something called object model, OData, end user, UI, semantic, ABAP catalog, then we have analytics, we have hierarchical, many annotations are there which we are going to use, and then we'll see what this annotation is, how it is going to enhance our data model, or how these annotations will help us to achieve the customer requirement. So for example, like I was telling, as a web developer now, the expectation is you have to build the Fiori application So there's something called in CDS, we have something called UI annotation. This is also called as Fiori elements. So using this UI annotation, we can develop some applications in the report. So what are the applications possible? What kind of application as a web developer you can design that we are going to see in our hands-on. So this is very, very important. We will be doing the hands-on of all this in our training session. Then we have something called CDS table function and authorization concept in the CDS. So all this area we are going to do the hands-on. Okay. So coming to the next part, guys, whenever you have doubt, please make a note and feel free to ask me. Okay. Let's make the session interactive. So let me quickly come to the next part. So here we are going to cover the BOP concept. So basically, business object is now integrated with CDS. So we are going to see how the business object you can use in your project, or we will be understanding this with the Fiori application. So we are going to design end-to-end Fiori application where the business object will provide you capabilities like create, update, read, delete, all those features. Means transactional application you can build. So if some type of transactional application requirement will come into the project, how to design that? So we have, thank God, to this BOPF, which is giving us more flexibility to design. So what this framework is, how to write the code. So we are going to do different kind of operation: create, update, read, delete, validation, designing the screen buttons in the Fiori. Then based on some customer action, it should come to the backend and it should execute our custom logic. All those things we'll see in this section, the BOP section. So after that, there's a new concept available in the RESTful API programming model, RAP for ABAP, the SAP ABAP on cloud platform. So we are going to see if you have to access the ABAP environment in the SAP cloud platform, how you can do it. So we are going to create an account in cloud platform, and using the cloud, we are going to access our ABAP. So this was something which was not available last year, but now we have the ABAP on cloud is available, and it is available as for learning. SAP has given the service in the cloud platform to work on the ABAP. So we are going to see there's something called RESTful API programming model, RAP, is introduced, and we'll do some kind of hands-on to understand how to access the ABAP environment in the cloud and how you can work it. We'll design one end-to-end application to understand this. Okay. We don't have much project on the ABAP on cloud. The reason being it's a very newly introduced, and it has some certain limitation in terms of your technicalities. But SAP is slowly adding this more functionality in the cloud, because the target of SAP is to become cloud-enabled company. Okay, so they are doing a lot of work in this area, and in order to create your application, ABAP application in the cloud and expose it to the Fiori, they have introduced the concept of business services. So what is this business services? Means it's a kind of OData services which we are going to build on the cloud, and we are going to see. Sai, your question is number one. I can see you're saying all these are new features in ABAP as I'm completely new to SAP. Okay. Yeah, so this area which I'm talking about, even the people from the ABAP side, this is also new for them. Okay, so our course is SAP ABAP on S for HANA. So ABAP, as you know, it's one of the programming language in SAP. So now, in last 2-3 years after introduction to the new product, this the requirement is changed a lot actually in the coming to the business requirement which we are getting from the customers. So these new features, even people from the ABAP background, they have not worked in these areas because it's a completely new part. So if you don't have any experience in ABAP, sorry, SAP, so if you're deciding to make a career in technical side of SAP, so you should know the basics of ABAP at least. Okay. So for that part, I will recommend first you have to be a basic of ABAP. For this training, the basic of ABAP is not much needed, because whatever the basic need that I will cover. But the core ABAP is it's a own area. So for that, yeah, it's good if you want to come into the ABAP side, then you should also learn ABAP parallelly. I can help you many free resources. ABAP is an old programming language, so there are many free resources are available. Complete hands-on resources are available, which I can provide you, which parallelly you can go with your own pace to understand those things. But those things and what we are going to cover are not related. We'll discuss it after the session. Let me quickly cover what we are going to do. Okay. So whatever in the ABAP side, the development we are going to do. So in those development, so we have to consume into the front end. So as a part of S/4HANA, the front end recommended by SAP is Fiori. Okay. So Fiori should be the front end. So in order to expose the data from your ABAP system to the Fiori system, we should know about the OData. So we'll see what OData is, how to create a OData, and how to consume your OData into your Fiori application. And we will be getting more than 10 to 15 OData services to understand this part. So yeah, we need also the knowledge of OData that we will be learning in our session. And also we'll see how the new feature of ALB is introduced using the IDA concept. We'll develop some ALB report using this IDA. We can consume the ALB reports directly. So Sai, you are asking about OData version 4. So SAP is running on version 2 as of now, and yes, it is now changed to version 4 as well, OData V4. But as of now, the SAP is on the V2 side, and most of the application we'll see in the system. We are going to use 1909, the latest system available. So by default, when you create a service, it will take you to the version 2. Okay, and version 4 SAP is migrating, but the application in the ABAP side, what we are going to create, by default it will take V2 as a version 2. Okay, so we in the version 4, by default the language which version 4 will support is your JSON. Okay, so we are going to use a JSON always, which we can convert from version 2 also. So as of now, yes, the system what available, the latest system is running on V2. Okay, so in the first okay, so once we develop all these things, then we'll be moving towards the last part of the session, that is your building your Fiori application. Okay, so we are going to use the SAP Cloud Platform to build the Fiori application. In SAP Cloud Platform, we have something available called Web IDE. So we are going to use Web IDE to build our Fiori application. In order to connect your backend system to a BAP system, we need a component called SAP Cloud Connector. So in your real-time project, this connector will be automatically connected by the basis team. However, it will not take much time. We'll do end-to-end configuration to understand how your ABAP system will communicate with the cloud system, so that you have clear picture that how the data is getting exposed. So that configuration, every part we are going to do, and then we are going to build the different kind of Fiori application using the Web IDE. So we are going to build the applications, different applications. So let me quickly come here. Okay, so this is the part. So we are going to build the application for reporting. We are going to build the transactional Fiori application for BOF. We are going to build the analytical applications. We are going to build the different application where we have feature of navigation, drill down, then click interactive application, and the multiple tab application. Let's say when you open any standard app, so you may see, okay, one tab inside it, another tab inside it, another tab. So how to populate those data from one tab to another tab, then how to position the Fiori, which screen should come at what position, all those things we are going to do. And also we are going to build one Fiori application using ABAP on Cloud Platform. So we will be building different kind of Fiori application as a ABAP developer to understand end-to-end flow. So this is quickly the topic which we are going to cover in our session, starting from your HANA side, ABAP side, as well as Fiori, OData, all those parts. So that's all from the course content. And in this training, what you are going to get from me. So the duration will be 40 hours. So and you're going to get topic-wise material. When I say topic-wise, it's just 1 or 2 pager. Important points will be written, which you can just refer it. You can keep it to quickly revise some concept. Then session slide. So I'm not going to follow any slide. I'm going to prepare my own slide in the session. So basically, this slide I will be sharing. So some important points, some important step, I will note it down here. So, some concept during hands-on what we know. So we'll quickly add it here. And like that, I will share the session slide with you so that you have an idea what we have covered and all. You are going to get the session recording so that you can refer it in future also. You are going to get the cookbook on SAP HANA. From SAP Press, you're going to get the latest version of SAP ABAP on HANA, server access, and the latest certification material for both HANA as well, ABAP on HANA. So these are your takeaway from the course. Yeah. So now you can unmute yourself. You can ping. You can discuss your any queries, any doubt.
Hi, Kamal. This is Sai.
Yes. Hi.
So the training which I see is completely is a new area of SAP, correct? Like whatever you're telling, it's a completely new for all the ABAP developers also, right? And
Yeah.
like let me give my introduction. Like I am a .NET developer, like in SQL, source code procedures, and I have like around 4 years of experience. But I came to a new company where they are extensively using SAP, and they are completely using ABAP. And I want to know about the basics, about how to start with SAP, and I want to learn. Like as I develop APIs, I am a front-end developer also. So currently I'm concentrating only on front-end development, but I want to learn about the database also. Currently, they are completely moving out from the normal SQL servers to SAP, and that's where I'm interested in learning SAP and write APIs for them. Like basically, we call it APIs. I don't know what they will, what we will call in SAP as like RESTful APIs, so to transfer it to all the data, all the CRUD operations and everything. So basically, I am also interested in how to write the CRUD operations or its APIs in SAP. That's what ABAP is about, right? All these courses
That
about.
is one part of ABAP, like what you said, the API part that is comes under your raw data services. Okay. So that is one of the parts to expose the data from back-end side to the front-end side via the data services API over here. So quickly to answer your questions, see you are new to SAP and your company is going to implement, ask you to work in the ABAP. So definitely they will ask you to work on the ABAP on HANA. But see, the expectation is as ABAP on HANA developer, when you say ABAP on HANA, so they will also expect that you should know the core ABAP functionality, the basic core ABAP functionality, which your company will also expect from you. And if your company is implementing this as for HANA, that what we are going to teach, this is also requires for you. So ABAP is itself a big area which needs some time to work on to understand. So and what we are going to cover is ABAP on S4 HANA. So in the introduction to S4 HANA, the ABAP has many new areas which we are going to discuss here. So which is completely new, the people from the ABAP background. So in your case, you have to understand the core ABAP as well as the new ABAP also.
Okay.
So if you want to learn the new ABAP, so what I will suggest you, it's an old programming technique. It's a language. So there in YouTube, there is a very good 40 hours of session training is there. It's a completely hands-on. So many people are learning from there also, from the ABAP. So I will tell you that if you want to learn core ABAP, then you use the free resources available, because these new resources are not available in the online sessions in the YouTube. You can check it out, these things in the YouTube, you will find it out easily that this is something which is not available fully or concrete in some places. Okay, 5-10 minutes videos they are given. But for ABAP, I can guide you if you want to, in your pace, you want to learn the ABAP. So you can refer those videos parallelly you can do. And if you are interested in the new area, then you can also parallelly do this thing also. So you have to spend 1-2 hours in your ABAP also for using that YouTube videos. And if you want to learn this new area, which is every company is implementing, so yeah, so you can attend this session completely. Means there's no background with what is with the core ABAP and what we are going to learn here. But in your case, I will recommend, since you're new to SAP, so also you know the core ABAP, because if you go to the project, might be they will expect you to have an idea of some core ABAP functionalities.
Okay.
So you need to go parallel with both. Yeah.
Basically, they are getting their legacy system to completely transfer into S4 HANA. That's what I hear every day. They're migrating completely.
In S4 HANA, it will support all these new features. Along with that, the core ABAP functionality, like something called RISEF in ABAP. So those things are also there in S4HANA. So depend on customer to customer, they will also work on the core ABAP areas as well as new ABAP area. Okay, so definitely this will come into picture. What I mean to say, it is most needed in the project, and also like in your case, you are new to SAP. That's why I'm telling you also learn the core ABAP.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So both thing you can do parallelly. It's not that much big.
Okay.
Yeah, so
that sounds good. Yeah.
okay. So yeah, anyone, any other question? Any doubts?
Yeah, hi Kamal, Anilesh here.
Yeah.
The question is, what certification we have available for an ABAPer in HANA, and is there any prerequisite for that?
Okay, so coming to your question, so this is a website called training.sap.com where you can go and you can get the certification. So this is the certification ABAP on HANA. You can see here. Okay, so in this you will be, earlier the prerequisite was you have to be ABAP certified earlier, means 2 years back. But now there is no relation with core ABAP with the new ABAP. Actually, if you're already a ABAP developer, you have noticed the topic which we are covering is completely new, right? So if you come to here, so these are the topics which is related to ABAP on HANA. So there is no core ABAP topic will come into the certification. So that's why there is no prerequisite to have ABAP certified. Earlier, when there was very less development was there in new ABAP, that's why they have added some core ABAP certificate. But now you don't need any prerequisite. So this is the certification link I can put you in the chat box, and you can just go through it. So this is the certification for ABAP on HANA, which you have to, as a ABAP developer, you have to type.
Okay.
So there is 40 questions will be there, and yeah, so there are 40 questions will be there from this video certification. Yeah. So yeah, any other questions? Okay, so let me quickly take you to the how you are going to use it. Just a moment. Okay, so you are going to get the server access where you have all the systems will be available. So basically, you can access it from the from your remote using the remote desktop, and the steps to log into this will be provided you over the email with your unique user ID and password. Okay, so you need to go to the remote desktop, and the command type is mstse that I will explain in the session, and you need to give your user ID allotted to you and your password, and then you can go and you can just connect to the remote desktop, and this is the place which will be always up for practice. You will have all the systems are there. Let me quickly tell you.
And it works for Mac, right? It doesn't, like, I don't have any.
Yes, it's not dependent on your OS, like Mac or Windows, so it will work on any of the OS.
Okay.
So basically, like for in our training, we need SAP HANA Studio, the main tool. The another tool is something which you are going to use, SAP Cloud Connector, when we are going to work on the exposing our ABAP data to the Fiori. So we are going to build Fiori application using the Cloud Connector. Okay, so let me first tell you what we are going to use in our session. So one is HANA Studio and SAP Logon Pad, just to show you the system what we have available. So basically we have 1909 is there, 1809 we can use it, any of the server as for HANA side. And from the database side, we have HANA database. I will tell you all these tools. Like I said in our training session, we have session 2 where we are going to discuss in detail about this tool. So we are going to use SPS HANA Service Pack for HANA 2.0, the latest one. Initial version was HANA 1.0. We have the new version is HANA 2.0. And different S4HANA systems are there, 1809, 1909. So what is S4HANA, HANA, naming convention, everything we will be discussing in our system. And then another, we are going to use Cloud Connector. Then we are going to use Analysis for Office to show you some kind of analytical query which you can build as a ABAP developer. Like I said, the BW developers are also coming to ABAP side. The reason being, we can do the all BEX query designing using the CDS. So they are also learning this. So we are going to use Analysis for Office, one of the tool, to see how to consume your query in the analytical tools. Apart from that, we are going to use SAP Cloud Platform Web IDE to develop the Fiori application. And yeah, so coming to the CDS, which is something which always looks curious to us. So just to give a look and feel how the CDS looks like. Maybe somebody you may not have seen, and many of you have seen. But again, so basically this is one of the CDS code. Let me open it. Yeah, one of the CDS code written in ABAP. Okay, so this is written in ABAP. This is a CDS, one of the standard CDS delivered by SAP. However, we have some CDSs are also there available in the system for older batches. Maybe I can show you quickly one just to show. So this is some older batch. So these all are your CDS views, which we have developed in our session for the old batch for training and learning. This is how the CDS codes look like. Anything which start with @ is known as annotations. Okay. So we'll develop CDS, and yeah, basically in short, this is the tool where the HANA Studio, where you can work on HANA site development. Okay, you can see HANA development is there, and we can also work on the ABAP. So we are going to use this tool. What this tool, from where you can install it anyway, it will be available in the demo desktop, so no need to install. But sometime what happens is it may get crash, the HANA Studio sometime. So in that case, you can also download it from the tools.hana.ondemand.com. that we'll discuss in detail about this tool. Basically, this tool is nothing but it's a software from Eclipse. So it is a software from Eclipse where SAP has installed their plugins for ABAP. So they have installed the plugins for ABAP, for BW, for HANA, for UI5. You can work from the same tool. So this is the tool which we are going to use in the project. Yeah, sorry, in our training. So yeah, so anyway, we'll more often use this part. And yeah, so this is the contact details which you can reach out to the team for the system access and other details. Anyway, you will be getting the list over to your email ID which you have used to register the session, and you will get the further information. Okay, so yeah, any other question? So we'll be having the next session tomorrow, and as per the content, we are going to start with session 1 tomorrow at the same time. Yeah. Okay, so that's all from my side for demo today. Yeah. So if you can connect the next session tomorrow, and we'll start with our session 1 as per the content.
Okay, Kamal, thanks.
Yeah, welcome, Sai. Yeah, welcome, Nayan. So any queries in your mind, you can connect tomorrow as well, and you can discuss if anything comes to your mind. Yeah.
So basically, I was thinking it was only weekend sessions only,
As
but
of now, you have planned, yeah, weekend, yeah.
means I was thinking like tomorrow is Monday for me, and I see that the timings of the session is around in the afternoon, right? Like in the evening, right? For in the US.
Yeah, in the US it will be evening. So it's for India time it is Monday, Sunday and Monday, and US time is US time will be on your Saturday, Sunday.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So the PS you will be getting the session recording as well. All the sessions are getting recorded. Yeah. This session will also I will ask my team to share over an email. The session recording you can download today. Yeah. Yes, if you are going to get the session recording, I will ask the team to send over the email. You can just download it. And the course content I will be also updating, so you can always keep it as a reference. Yeah. Okay, guys. So let's connect tomorrow at the same time, and then we'll start with session 1. Yeah. Okay then. Yeah. Thanks everyone.
But
Yeah. Bye bye.